All right. We're live, guys. Sorry for the delay. I just got caught up with some shit. Well, basically, I was chatting with my friends from back in school, and yeah, we kind of spoke for too long, and then I had to go grab dinner. And by the time I got back, it was already a bit too late, so I thought I'll just start it up an hour later than I usually do. My bad. Anyway, I'm here now. So, and the what we're going to be actually talking about is our MRAs. Now, everybody kind of has a different opinion on how the MREs are, if they're useful, if they're actually worth it, and so on. And I know that a lot of MGTOWs do have a problem with MRAs. They don't see the use because they haven't changed much, and so on and so forth. But I think, no, I'm not a fucking MRA, Timothy. No, I'm not an MRA. But here's the thing. I actually see that they kind of need to be there. I think they are necessary to a certain extent. Fucking MA, screw you. Yeah, you can troll me all you want. I don't give a fuck. No, what I'm saying is, to a certain extent, there's a certain amount of necessity because, so, for example, the men's rights in India.
I'm trying to hold it. Fucking dumbass.
MA, bitch, I'm on a roll. Let me going. I mean, let me keep going. Fucking, I rarely go on a monologue. Okay, so for example, as I was saying, for example, the men's rights activists.
The hell just happened? All right. Well, I guess it's time for my monologue out of nowhere.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Now we can hear you.
I don't know why the fuck I went mute. Okay. Who the fuck is muting me? SFM, are you muting me?
No, I swear to God, that's not me. I didn't do anything. I didn't do shit. I was just sitting here like, what the fuck just happened? Then as soon as I said I'm about to go on a monologue, just bam, you just pop back up. Like, no, not today. Not today, motherfucker. Hell no.
Okay, so hey, my point anyway. What example I'm giving is, hey, no offense, if you want, you can come on in. So this law named 498A in India, it's the anti-dowry law, and up until 2014, it was automatic arrest. That means once the complaint has been filed, the police has the right to come and arrest you. You, your father, your mother, your sister, and so on and so forth. Basically, anybody that's been, put in the complaint. And the MRAs in India fought tooth and nail. And in 2014 March, the automatic arrest has been withdrawn. You actually need permission from the magistrate to get an arrest or to arrest the person. Now, the cops, not all cops follow it. I'm not saying that cops actually do follow it, but in law, they're not supposed to be doing it. They're breaking the law technically by doing it. So I'm saying that. Oh, fuck, am I sounding muffled? Are you kidding me? Am I sounding muffled?
Yeah, you sound muffled as hell.
Hold on.
Huh?
How about now? Not muffled anymore.
No, it's better.
We can hear you. We can hear you a lot better.
Oh yeah, okay. My bad, guys. My mic got disconnected. I think that's why I went mute. I think my mic got disconnected, and it kind of went back to my laptop mic, which is why I sound fucking muffled. My mic and camera has been taped off, so in case, by mistake, I kind of switch on my camera during a live stream. I don't want people seeing my face, so I actually put a tape over it.
I don't know why a lot of guys don't do that. I'm like, just throw some tape on that shit. You ain't got to keep it there. You don't want people looking all suspicious of you in public, but if you know you're gonna do some shit, just throw some tape over that shit.
I'll put a piece of tape over it.
Exactly, just some shit like that.
Yeah, I've got a tape on top of it, and it's covered up the whole. I think the mic is also covered. That's why.
All right, your monologue got fucked up. Go on, what you were saying.
All right, so now what the MRAs did was they actually fought tooth and nail, and they got that automatic arrest cancelled. So once that particular case is filed, you cannot automatically arrest the person for that particular 498A law. So I'm not saying that they're effective right now, but Rome wasn't fucking built in a day. Maybe it'll take some time. I mean, feminism didn't just come in and change all the laws part. They took some time. Even though the changes they made are completely fucked up, and they just made things that are already bad even worse. And it took a long time for us, men, whoever it is, to come and fight back. I think that it might take some time to actually get some power out there. I mean, people don't even know what the fuck MRAs are. The blue pill. I mean, everybody knows. Every single person, you go out and ask any random person, they know what a feminist is, but nobody knows what an MRA is. I mean, they're not even in the public view. Maybe it'll take some time to actually come up.
You know what? You sold me on it. I'm in favor. In fact, I'm changing my name. Favor for MRA.
Fuck
about
you.
To go out and protest the guys. We're about to get this shit done. We're gonna put some feet on the ground. We're gonna spend countless hours. We're getting this shit done. And if you got a wife, that's even better. That's even better. Like, that'll even make it. Like, you'll be more trustworthy in the eyes of the public. So we're gonna get this shit done. In fact, if you have an interracial wife with mixed kids, now we're hitting strides there. In fact, gather up all of them with that. We're gonna do a whole march. We're gonna just include everything. It's gonna be a big deal. There'll be a picnic afterwards. Or probably we'll just get a cabaret. I'm not sure. In fact, no, we'll rent out a whole hall. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be so fucking great.
I'm not asking you to become an MRA. I'm not asking you to become an MRA. Okay, I'm saying that the ones who are, I think maybe they won't need our support, but let them be.
Let
them do what they're doing.
Who the hell's going around just like destroying MRAs and just beating the shit out of them? Like, yeah, motherfucker, you need to go your own way, God damn it, you little punk ass. What are you doing? Laws? Who the fuck's trying to change law?
Well, over here, I think I would love to change the laws, because you know what? Even if I'm a fucking MGTOW and I'm working in a bloody company which has women as well as men, because I get a good pay from there, I don't want to get fucked up. I've told you about the sexual harassment laws in India. I don't want to get fucked over by that.
Nobody
because I showed a facial expression to a fucking female.
Who wants to deal with that shit?
Wait, how did he come on?
I don't know. What's your name? Why are you here?
Oh yeah, he messaged me. I think yesterday.
Oh
hey,
wow!
guys.
Good thing. I was so close to hitting that button.
hey, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you guys.
No. I just recognized your.
No, it's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
name. Your name is actually
Hey.
what the issue was.
Hey, I don't go by my real name in YouTube, but my pseudonym is the designated shitlord, and I just started making videos like a few months back, and I just found this channel like yesterday. So some of my MRA friends back home, they linked me to this page, and yeah, so I messaged you, and yeah, you got back to me.
MRA's linked you to my page.
Yeah, like a former MRA.
I knew it. It was right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I don't even keep in touch with MRAs.
I know you don't, but you are under their radar, or so it seems.
Fuck them. I don't care. Okay. As long as you let me do my own thing, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Well, go ahead and talk about I guess my add-on to what you were saying earlier, MGTOW Indian. I'm sorry to break up this Indian bro fest.
I mean, it's long overdue, but yeah, go on.
Anyway, okay, let's just cut that off for now. I just want to. So the designated shit. I'm just going to call you shitlord, all right? I'm not going to call your whole bloody thing. So shitlord, tell me, how did you get about starting, making videos?
So what happened was I was pretty blue pill like 2 years back, and I'm studying abroad. So while I was in India, the prevalent discourse was never geared towards the rights of men, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like that. So if you need to be pushed into a certain direction of thinking, right? If you want to get into a certain, if you want to explore a certain, set of ideas, but that push never came when I was in India, because it's like excessively gynocentric.
I think if anything, you're actually pushed against it. Like you're pushed.
Yeah, you're pushed against it. Exactly. You're guilted for, for being a man, like continuously. So the term MRA is like a pejorative back home. It's like the next thing to Hitler. Like it's probably one of the worst things which can be called.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So so once I came abroad to study, I realized that there's this whole other culture where men are speaking out for their rights, and they aren't automatically, I mean, they're still derided by the larger portion of society, but there is still a significant number of people who actually listen to them.
Yep.
And so once I got that lens on, I started viewing what was happening in India through that lens, and slowly I started getting woke, so to say, right? And,
Woke.
woke. And then I found I just, through like sheer chance, sheer luck, I came across people with a similar mindset, and we just formed like a secret group on Facebook and whatever, and we just
Well, it's
used
not
to discuss
secret. It's on
these things.
Facebook. I wish people would stop saying that.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, private group.
I
A
get it.
private group.
A private group,
on
yes,
Facebook.
a private group, yeah. Fair enough. So I was, so we used to dissect videos, but just in the privacy of those groups, because we knew that if we did it on our private profile, on our personal profiles, then we would basically be be ostracized from society. So
Yeah.
this BuzzFeed video, the one which is on my channel, which you guys can
Yeah,
go
I
and
saw
check
that.
out.
I saw that.
It really touched a nerve with me. Like it was like I woke up this morning and that was the first thing I saw, because like 5 people had linked me to it, and it touched a nerve because it just showed the audacity that these people have. Like this is the extent like to which they can get away with, and that was what pushed me to make that video. And the thing is that I'm a student, I'm a graduate student, and I don't really have a lot of time on even though I have like a ton of ideas, like a ton of half-finished scripts, but you must be knowing that I don't like doing unscripted videos, and these things take a lot of time. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. So I just don't have the time to make regular uploads, but I'm going to take a break right now for a month, so I intend on doing some new videos like one after the other. So yeah, but that BuzzFeed video was basically because I was skeptical of that Bangalore incident like from day one, because there was
Yeah, I
literally
actually
no proof.
spoke about that.
I did see a couple of videos. I think it was called the molestation or the incident that never happened, right? That
Yeah,
video?
the molestation never was.
Yeah, that never was. Yeah. So yeah, and I also realized that the figureheads of this particular fake incident they all had a history of of attention whoring and of being disingenuous, right?
Yeah.
So that was so when you see people like that being the figureheads of these movements, you are automatically going to be skeptical. And after I saw the BuzzFeed video, I just realized that this shit has gone too far, basically.
Good. So what do you consider yourself as? I mean, I'm not asking for labels per se, but to a certain extent, are you planning to go your own way? Are you planning to get married? And
I'm really on the fence about the marriage thing, because of all the things I've learned in the past year.
What
honestly.
the
I mean, I'm new to
he's
this.
on his way. SFM, he's still fairly new. So chill out.
I'm new to this. I mean, I have no problems in admitting that I'm like not as knowledgeable as some of you might be here. So yeah, I'm all open to listening.
Speaking of knowledgeable, how y'all gonna do an MRA cast without inviting the Honey Badger Whisperer? I'm the fucking Honey Badger Whisperer.
A legend is the Honey Badger Whisperer. You know damn well that's his harem over there.
Legend's off doing legend shit. He ain't fucking with them bitches no more.
I
thought Legend was more about fathers' rights, right? Wasn't Legend more towards fathers?
That's it. Legend is legend.
Yeah, you don't
I
really
still
like
like the guy. I mean, I've had a few
he's
chats.
cool.
I like the guy. I like the guy.
You like everybody. You were the supreme egalitarian of MGTOW.
Bitch. Hey, I don't like everyone. SFM knows that.
I know. You told me you don't like me.
I think you need to have some egalitarian voices if you want to worm in some people into what you're saying. So I mean, I guess it helps.
I don't know. See, I've had a guy who actually came and told me, you know what? Make a video without abuses or curse words, and I'm like,
that's
seriously,
dumb.
dude.
That's just dumb.
I mean, seriously, dude. Okay, I did make one, but I curse a lot. I mean, everybody knows that.
All right, you know what?
I fucking abuse like crazy.
Let me go ahead and destroy that little part right there because I'm getting so sick of hearing this bullshit. See, here's the thing. Now, if you can't move past a little block or your little agitation with fucking curse words or the way someone's tone or inflection is going when they speak, how the fuck is your mind going to move past a shit ton of conditioning and brainwashing for you to see what the fuck it really is?
Hey, dude, any you talking about, man, you thought, man, talking about, I feel the same way, dude. That rant I did yesterday, man, I probably that was my best fucking ranting I ever did.
Yeah,
bro.
I didn't catch the whole thing because I came in at the end, but I fucking loved it, man.
I mean, dude, I get like, I'm gonna stand for MGTOW, man. Are you motherfucking, stop cussing in your videos, man? Fuck you, dude. God damn it, dude. It's like, I hate to say, it's
called no filter, bitch.
It's kind of like, I call these people like, man, you just write on, you come up with a script, you write your thoughts down, people listen to your message and people follow you, and it's like, dude, man, shut the fuck up already. You sound worse than them dudes the bitches on campus talking about safe spaces and shit, man. Shut the fuck up, man. This channel is not for you, dude. And when I did that rant yesterday, I was pissed the fuck off because, like, people don't understand, like, to me, like, for me, when I do these videos, man, you put yourself out there. I don't give a damn what you type of person is. You doing game walkthroughs, whatever. You doing content on the internet. You doing that shit. You putting you risking yourself to get doxxed or whatever, especially doing MGTOW content. So to do it, and if somebody's out to put their own story out there, instead of you being like, man, you cuss Charlie too much. It's like, dude, cuss word is part of fucking, like, it's like me. I remember when I was like, I cussed it. I didn't cuss. I didn't start cussing since I was like 14 years old. But like when I became an adult and I started becoming my own man, whatever, I was like, man, fuck this shit. I just started cussing. And I hate people like, man, you shouldn't be cussing. I'm like, dude, it's like that's how you get off fucking anger, dude. It's like, my channel, like, I cuss 90% of the time I'm doing my live streams, and that's how I get that shit off. Like, I'm tired of literally people telling me how to do content, and that's why when that rant came, I came from that rant, so I'm like, stop trying to tell someone how to do their content, dude. If you don't like it, you ain't gotta watch it. It's that fucking simple. Like, why? Like.
See, the thing is that people who say things like these, you should be automatically suspicious of them because, first of all, they know fully well that they're not adding anything productive to the discussion, right? And they're just trying to derail you. They're just trying to derail everything because everyone knows that it doesn't matter, like, if you cuss or not. So yeah, you should just block these people.
You know how many comedians cuss on TV? Well, besides Bill Cosby, he didn't cuss, but like. You know how many great comedians cuss before all that stuff? Like they cuss.
I know it's just like, especially like in the current year, it's just stupid.
I mean, it's like I can't stand these. You shouldn't be cussing in your video, especially if you're doing mental content. I'm like, dude, it's like I like to go off the cuff. I'm like, you MGTOW Indian. I try to do one video. I try to do it, and I was like, nah, man, I just got rid of the script and just scrapped that shit and just did it organically and just went off the dome with it. Cause I was like, man, I ain't finna do all that, man. That's a waste of goddamn time, man.
Yeah, sometimes you can go off the cuff. But some particular topics, like for example, when I actually go into Evo Psych or something, there's no way I can just do it off the cuff and explain it the best possible way for the people to understand it, especially people who hasn't probably looked into it. I'm not going to be able to just go off the cuff and explain it properly.
I can, because MGTOW Indian always is there to correct me. So yeah, I got that privilege. I'm privileged.
So anyway, shitlord. Shitlord, MA, no filter, Benjamin, what's up? And SFM. Okay, so which of you actually think that MREs are a necessity? Are they useful? Or they might actually be useful? Or that they are completely, you can just disregard them entirely? How many of
you need? I mean, there is a difference which has to be recognized between feminists and MREs, right? Feminism is an ideology, right? And MRAs arise out of necessity. So if the systems weren't pitted against us, there wouldn't be any MRAs, right? This is what I think.
But then I think feminism would say the same thing. I mean, if before feminism became an ideology, they would have said the same thing as well, right? We wouldn't have actually come up if it wasn't bad for women.
Well,
See, I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know?
I get you. I understand I understand where you're coming from. But the thing is, we're looking at legalities and things like that here, right? MRAs aren't exploring abstract concepts like patriarchy, right? They're actually looking at like cold hard evidence. They're looking at laws and stuff like that. This is not something.
So there's a lot of lip service from the MRA. If you pay attention, they do a lot more to shill and pwn feminism than they actually do to critically analyze laws or get any laws changed.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, lip service is a big part of any.
Would you guys just let him talk and don't interrupt him? Just let him do that. Okay, let him let it all out.
No, I mean, I agree with you that lip service, lots of people do lip service. And, lots of people call themselves MRAs when they actually don't do anything apart from just crying on the computers, The thing is that I think activism, like to call yourself an activist, you actually have to go out and do something, right? And all these people, they just think writing long posts on Facebook makes you an activist. So again, this is a distinction that we have to draw, So yeah. I mean, I don't even consider myself to be an MRA. I would call myself an ally, but I haven't really done anything out there to go on actively help them. So yeah.
Well, if you want to help, you can go ahead and send Karen Strawn $1,000. She needs another plane ticket for her conference.
All right. That in mind.
So yeah, you could do that.
I mean, I actually, I mean, if I have the money, I'll try and help. But
no,
he was kidding. He was kidding.
I don't understand Indian humor. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Okay.
No, I was talking about you, SFM. I was saying you were kidding, and I was telling that to the shitlord.
I don't know. I'm all kinds of fucking lost right now.
Where you hiding? I don't know. I mean, Karen Strawn is pretty big, right? So I don't know.
Okay, so SFM, your take on the topic.
Dude, I'm so lost right now because there's this weird sense of enjoyment while at the same time, like, what the fuck is going on?
No, you take out MRAs. The question that I asked everybody.
MRAs, the men's rights activists. See, like any movement, it may start off strong and actually have like some real ground, and they really are genuine about what they're doing. But like as always, it will always inevitably get hijacked. Motherfuckers will not listen, and they'll go about it as a way to destroy the very thing they. In fact, they no longer will actually be about what they're after. They will be about just that fucking name, that title, just that brand, and things that they were supposed to be getting done. They're not even focused on that anymore.
So, what do you think they're doing at the moment?
I ain't paying attention to those little bitches. I'm sorry, man, but every time I hear one of those motherfuckers speak, I'm just sitting there like, all right. And also for anybody who doesn't know, a lot of the shit MGTOW talks about, don't forget that a lot of that shit came from MRAs. A lot of the motherfuckers who even started the whole MGTOW thing, they were like long time MRAs. They were around for a long time doing the MRA thing. They came up with all these ideas, concepts. They looked at all this shit, studied all this, everything, evil psych, all that shit. And a lot of the shit we talk about now came from that. So if you notice exactly what happened, was the reason why we're even here.
I see. So would you say that most MGTOWs are completely detached from like men's rights activism completely?
Oh no, there's some that are active, but most of the MGTOWs that I've met that are active, they're active in different kind of ways. They're not trying to plead with the actual state to change laws. They take matters in their hands. Like they'll literally go out and like feed the homeless, or even better, hang out with the homeless and build rapport and whatnot, things like that. So.
Yeah, I guess different ways of doing things.
I mean, I don't think MRAs are necessarily all against MGTOWs, are they? I mean, I don't know. I have limited.
You've got some fractals.
There's actually different camps. So some MRAs hate fucking MGTOW, and then other ones are a little bit more sympathetic to them. But I don't think. And there's very few MRA MGTOW hybrids that I know of. So
yeah, I don't think there are many. But I think that random whatever the guy's name is, the guy in Honey Badger, the guy random account.
Just call him Mike. That's his name.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name. So yeah, I think he's actually stated. I think in his response to what is that, Peterson. that whole MGTOW shit? I think he actually stated that he is technically a MGTOW.
No. So in the past, he did allude or flirt with the idea of that he was a MGTOW, but recently he has said that he is not a MGTOW. So
it's called get away from the fucking sinking ship. Everyone's sitting there with like a fucking laser gun, like you're just sitting there. Where the fuck you get that thing from? And it's all pointed at fucking MGTOW. Like, did you just say you're a MGTOW? Bam, motherfucker. What the motherfucker? Is that a symbol, bitch? Bam. And that's basically what's going on. And so anyone who's smart will have a sense who wants to keep that Patreon and shit going, they should keep their ass away. Unless they're going to come in and straight phone the shit.
Did you guys all, sorry to interrupt, but did you guys all watch Peterson's like most recent take on, you know, he was quote unquote reflecting on what he had said about MGTOW? So did you guys watch that?
Yeah, we watched that. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I watched it. I'm guessing a lot of you guys have watched it. See, the only thing he's actually apologized for is calling us pathetic.
But he didn't really retract what he said. I think he
did not. He still believes the same. He just says that I regret calling them pathetic weasels. That's it. So he doesn't go back on what he said. Yes, he goes on to say that, you know, divorce courts are fucked up, family courts are fucked up, and completely biased against men, and how a lot of his clients have been.
My point is that when you're that intelligent and when you recognize all these problems, then why would you still go back and berate those people? It doesn't help, right? It's just a form of virtue signaling, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. And they're going to keep doing it because it's the name of the game. Is how popular can I be, and what's the hot ticket right now to show how fucking awesome I am while not actually giving a fucking shit what the problem is. Yeah. See, nowadays like that, I've noticed it a lot more and more, and I've been trying to put my finger on exactly what it is. See, it's cool to talk about. It's just the same thing with that fucking activism shit, and that whole spree they used to have with motherfuckers coming up with all that hippie, let's save the whales bullshit. It's cool to talk about something suffering and all that shit like that, and act like you give a fuck. But it's not cool to actually do what needs to be done to solve the problem. You get what I'm saying? That's why virtue signaling is such a term that's being thrown around as much as it. And eventually that term's going to get hijacked and meant to be used in a completely different way. And I actually give it a couple months, not some years. And that's exactly how it's always going to keep going. Because here's the thing. Even the motherfuckers who talk about what the problem is, they don't give a fuck. Because in their minds, they benefit more from that problem being around. You got the so-called fucking plastic alpha motherfuckers talking about, well, good, those guys are losers, there's more ass for me. You got the bitches who are like, oh, that's so sad. And then in their minds are like, yeah, but you know, I still need my car note paid.
I think this can be said for the like wider, you know, like it might be a bit of a digression, but it can be said for the whole, you know, wider skeptic community as such, right? I mean, there's this guy I follow on YouTube called James Allsup. He made this video where he said that, you know, these extremely regressive content which was coming out from BuzzFeed, etc., they're suddenly reducing. And when they're reducing the revenue of the anti-SJW YouTubers, it's also reducing. So, so you know, I think
it's called follow the money, man.
Yeah,
that's it. Follow the money. That's exactly.
Yeah,
what
they basically need content to actually speak up against, and if they're not going to get that, then they're fucked. So I mean, most of them do response videos to some particular videos. And
yeah,
so,
it's not really.
By the way,
content.
just so y'all know, this is a double stream, and you guys are now on Red Pill Radio.
Okay.
Motherfucker!
You're actually streaming this here and on Red Pill Radio?
Yes, and I'm playing Indian hip-hop music in the background.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Indian hip-hop music? Man, I'm getting old. I don't catch on to anything anymore.
Yeah, man, you're fucking 27 years old.
Oh, no, so just be aware, but you be natural. You guys don't have to perform or not. It's all good.
Yeah, like if we were going to do that anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't going to. I'm sorry.
Ding a 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 ding.
All right, so what?
Okay, so we've got two different camps. I think we've got MA. What's your take on it? I haven't heard it yet.
Shit,
MA?
Put me on the spot.
I asked everybody the question. SFM is done. The shitlord is done. So you're the only one left.
Here's the thing. So I would not consider myself an MRA. I have mixed feelings about the MRM. But as far as father's rights, because I'm a single father, on a local level or any level that I can, if I feel at any given moment or there's a given law, I would be willing to fight something or go with something or sign a petition if the case. So I'm flexible with fathers' rights. Also, a little bit more practical. Like if I had a local homeboy that wanted me to show up for court or help with any kind of like advice or anything like that, I would totally do it. So.
Yep. So yeah, even see, I've never called myself an MRA, but I've said that I feel that they're useful, and in India they definitely need to exist.
Oh, I was gonna say actually, I was gonna say
fucked
that
up
earlier, but I didn't get to get it out. I was like, of course you motherfuckers support MRA over there. You need it.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. Like, God damn.
You don't really have a choice. Yeah.
You can be sitting there like, oh, no, fuck this shit. I'm walking away. It's like, oh, fuck, where am I gonna go? What, 10 years to leave? Fuck, I'll just join the MRA.
Another thing is that while many people, like, you know, in the States or in Canada, they sort of make a living, right? Like talking about these issues. In India, most of the people who are self-professed MRAs, they're actually people who've been fucked over by the system. And there are people who like have ongoing court battles, right? So they aren't really making a living doing that. This is, you know, they just share the experiences. This is what like the majority of the MRA community is like. But even then there is like, you know, a lot of division within that community. If you guys want, like in a future stream, I can bring out a friend of mine who used to be an MRA, and he can, you know, shed some, you know, better light onto Indian MRA scenes, if you may.
Where is he?
He's in India. His name is Rishabh.
Don't say names here.
I mean, he's pretty open about it, so he doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He can do it any way he wants. But let's just keep it down here.
All right. So yeah, I mean, he I think he was the one who linked me to your channel. So yeah, he would probably like to join the stream.
Oh shit! They're trying to recruit. Wait, you can't take him away.
I'm happy. I'm always welcome. You know, I always welcome new voices. Just like SFM there. SFM, you will fucking welcome new voices, and I'm going to do the same as well. Always good to hear from a new person. You know, their perspective on things. Yeah, I'm guessing a person who's actually an MRA, probably he would have a better insight into the movement more than I do.
Yeah, and he's sort of the like, you know, MGTOW MRA bot. Like he sympathizes with, you know, MGTOWs a lot. So, you know.
There we got a unicorn.
Unicorn indeed.
I actually no, as much as, you know, the thing is, I actually did I can't say activism, but I actually make a video about it where I think you guys might have watched it. It was a case about one guy who was being abused by his family, and he was in the hospital because he had his leg amputated. Even though he had diabetes, they just locked him up in the, you know, upstairs bedroom, and basically when they found him, his leg was bleeding, had maggots in it, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have watched that video. So I actually went and saw the guy in the hospital.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so now I wasn't an activist. I've never called myself an activist, but that particular situation, that particular scenario really got to me. And I drove 4 hours from here to actually get to that hospital and meet the guy. And at that point in time, I actually did get in touch with a few MRAs around here so that they could coordinate and try to help him. And they were fairly helpful, and they actually did try a lot to help this cunt. But this motherfucker, no matter what, he doesn't want the help. He still fucking loves his wife. He still wants to stay with her, and even created a video later saying that there are people who are saying bad things or defaming his wife and child. Now, if I heard this, so when I went there, I heard this from the relatives there. All right. Now, if I heard this only from the relatives, I could say that, yeah, maybe the relatives are actually trying to get the wife kicked out of the house. But when I spoke to the other people in the hospital, they were telling me about how this woman behaved to her husband. You can easily see that what the relatives saying, that's actually true.
Yeah, I mean, this is extremely common, like husbands being neglected by their wives. I mean, my dad's a doctor, and I see that, like, I hear that all the time. Like, I'm just used to it by now, you know? So
yeah, it pretty much happens. And the thing is, I saw that the reason I wanted to bring it up was because I actually did get in touch with the MRH, and they tried a shitload to help this guy. A shitload. They tried, right? They had contacts in the legal system, within the police, and they did actually get the human rights guys mixed in it as well. But the only reason they couldn't help him is because he refused to take the help, and instead he went against them.
Yep, I've said it before.
it's just crazy.
I said this a long time ago.
So that was the fucked up part. Now, just because one person fucks up, now just because that person did this to these guys didn't stop. They're still trying to help others.
I mean, activism is a thankless job anyway, right?
Yeah.
Just saying that's a lot of people, like a lot of men. That's how they will react. Because you got to remember, like, what did he say? He said they are basically some shit. My wife and kid. In their minds, somehow it's a fucking attack on them. He doesn't look at it as someone trying to help him. No, he looks at it as someone trying to attack them. In his mind, they're still like damn near possessions to him, and that they're his.
The things that are supposed
feeling like
they're people that have to be protected.
Yes, and see, like I said, his mind is such in a disarray. It's to the point where he's like, well, they're trying to take them away, and it's like that's not what's going on, you idiot. Trying to save you from being basically destroyed by them. No, that's not where the mind is going to go.
Whoever it was, actually, they created a profile with this guy's name and posted the links to the other videos in which he was stating that, everybody's lying about his wife and child. And they posted it on my video. I actually I didn't actually delete it. I let it stay there. You know what? Anybody wants to see them, they're welcome to see them. But it's in Malayalam, so I'm guessing a lot of you won't understand, but the others might. But all I'm saying is that this man was completely fucked over. He still stays in that system. I don't know if he's even alive right now because none of us can actually even get around to the house.
Yep.
And I do give it to these guys for trying to help these people. That's what I'm saying. Yes, in some cases you might think, okay, they're not helpful, they're not useful, and some things like that. But I've seen them being useful. I've seen them being helpful firsthand.
Let's be fair and provide examples of how they help.
No, I'm saying that they actually went out of their way to get other people involved in this. They watched for this guy. When he actually did he asked me for help when I went there.
Okay,
and the other
excellent. All right, so I misunderstood your point. I'm sorry.
What did you think I was saying?
Something else.
No. None of that shit. We're talking about something that is.
I think you were probably being sexist against women. I don't know what you were saying.
What the fuck?
The horror.
Well, no. So that what you're talking about right now. That really is. See the issue here. When especially when you start talking about a lot of human behaviors and shit like that. Now, getting a lot of dudes to objectively look at behaviors and all that shit, and especially those of the opposite sex, and then try to implement something that, again, the empathy for males from other males is quite a thin sliver. And it's something that more, I believe, in a sense, has to be practiced. Yep. Because in reality, males will instinctually look at males, I don't know if it's subconscious or whatever. Yes, it's competition. And you can see that behavior play out. I see that shit all the time. I laugh my ass off. And so in a sense, it's like this.
That's why feminism is so strong. I mean, the whole feminist movement is so strong because, the whole concept of sisterhood is, really widely accepted, while we don't really have such a strong counterpart, with guys.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things that that's why you see such a high turnover rate with anything that's supposed to be like, yeah, we need to help these dudes, and the other dudes like, man, fuck y'all. I got my vagina, so y'all can kiss my ass. I don't give a shit. I'm winning. It's like, no, you're not. You didn't listen to what we were telling you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm getting married. Fuck y'all. Y'all just losers. I'm an alpha and I found my unicorn. I'm out. Like, dude, he'll be back in like 10 years, sadly. Hi, guys.
Fuck, I fucked up.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing? I know I'm laughing, but it's really fucked up. But that's basically how it really plays out. And it's I don't know, man. I'll be trying to brainstorm on it, but I can only think so far. Because there's no real way to put that type of thing in check, because it's up to the individual to basically discipline themselves on those type of behaviors and keep a strict sense of what they're acting on. And let's be honest, a lot of people don't want to do that. Instead, they want to jump on autopilot because it feels better.
Yeah, you're not swimming against the the tide, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when I released the video, I actually the one I did on Facebook. So I released my first BuzzFeed video on Facebook and on YouTube, and the one on Facebook had like a better reach, right?
Yeah.
And most of these people who were reporting my video, and my profile got like reported and blocked like twice in a day, right? So most of these people were guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like I'm doing this for your benefit. Why are you behaving like this, right? But they are more outraged than their girlfriends, basically.
See, they think that they are the one good man. Okay, they've got the one good man syndrome. And secondly, they think that these laws and how these people are talking about men, they think that they're excluded from it. They think, no, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy.
Nothing bad is ever going to happen to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to rape a woman, so these laws don't apply to me. I'm not going to sexually harass a woman, so these laws don't apply to me. No, these laws apply to you, because if there's a case filed against you, you're fucked. It doesn't matter if you did it or not.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. And there's the whole thing about the Nirbhaya. I hope everyone here is aware about that, right? The whole.
Dude, do you guys know about the Delhi gang rape case which happened in 2012?
Gang rape case.
It was a big thing. It was all over the world.
No.
MA, SFM. No, okay. It was basically a crazy. It was actually fucking disgusting, to be honest. It was a guy. I think 4 guys, and there was this girl and the guy on a bus. They were alone in the bus, and so these 4 guys actually took turns raping the girl, and she basically died in the hospital, I think, 2 days later.
All right, so here's where this is like an idea I'm exploring for my new video, and I would like to see if you guys have anything to say on this. But the thing is that all these guys didn't rape her, right? Now that's fabrication, right? The thing is that it's very difficult to be skeptical about these things because of the outrage that it generates. But the truth is that all these guys didn't rape her, right? And even though we might feel angry or whatever, I think it's fair to convict people on the basis of the crimes that they have committed, not on what you feel, right?
Yeah.
So all these people, these 4 guys.
Sadly, that's not Indian law is. But,
yeah, exactly. So these 4 guys, they're all convicted, and they all got the death sentence, right?
Whoa.
But yeah, they all got the death sentence, and all of them didn't actually rape the woman. I think 1 or 2 of them did, right? And there's this whole I'll call it a meme by this point about her insides being ravaged by an iron rod. There was never any proof of that. No one ever found any iron rod, and that was just a fabrication by the media. And
yeah, I read about that.
Even now, there's this new gang rape case in Rohtak, which happened, right? Which is being compared to the Nirbhaya.
Yeah,
I don't even think any rape happened there, right? So my idea for a new video was how rape is thrown in like a free bone, just to sell,
Do you know what actually happened? Because from what I read, apparently it was a girl being raped on a moving vehicle and then thrown out onto the road. But I don't know what else it is.
So what the media said, what the media said was, so I'm basing my opinions on the interviews I've watched of both the police officers as well as the convicted. He even gave an interview. Right? So this guy basically is convicted of raping and murdering the girl and mutilating her, basically, right? So when the girl's body was found first, it looked as if like she was mauled very badly, right? And immediately all the news outlets started saying that this terrible rapist raped her and murdered her and then chewed off her windpipe and things like that, right? And when I saw that, when I read that, I thought this girl's body was just lying on the side of the road. It could be some animal might have come and just might have bit her, right? It doesn't make any sense to say that this guy did this, right? And as it turned out, that was what happened. It wasn't the work of the guy. It was some animal which had feasted on a corpse, so to say, right?
Okay.
So this was fabrication number 1. Fabrication number 2, this guy, this accused, when he was interviewed, he admits to smashing the girl's face with a brick, right? But he doesn't admit to rape. No, that must say that says something, right? And all these news articles, they're all speculating that it's rape. None of them have conclusively stated that, that this rape actually happened. But media is just, throwing it like a free tidbit, just to
Well,
generate some
well,
outrage.
according to Indian law, you don't need medical
Yeah, you don't
evidence.
even need medical proof, right? So
Yeah.
so
So
so my problem with this is I don't want to sympathize with a fucking murderer. Okay, I don't. He's scum. But when you use these incidents to push this, to
an agenda,
gaslight
and
people into believing that there is a rape culture, that is when I have a problem, right? And that is where I'm forced to defend a fucking murderer. This is how bad the state of discourse is in India,
okay,
where
the
you
way to go
literally,
about it is don't defend the murderer. Just
the thing is that
um,
I know I'm not
oppose.
defending the murderer, but that is
That's
how
how they're
people
gonna
Yeah,
play it, though.
that
perceive it.
is
Yeah,
that is
that's how
how
they're gonna
people might
play
take
it.
it.
Right, they're
Yeah.
not going to see, they're not going to actually listen to me and understand what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to get at. They're going to say, oh, you're so low, you're defending a murderer, and that's not what it is. It's about media trying to frame incidents as rape and then trying to push a narrative of rape culture, right, when it doesn't exist. That is
Yeah,
what I'm
and
getting at.
I'm pretty sure that this particular incident is actually going to be used to pass even
Yeah,
more stringent
definitely,
laws.
because Vice has written articles on it, and Daily Mail has written articles on it.
Because over the last few months, I think last 8 months or 9 months, they're actually pushing for the death penalty for all rape cases.
Yeah, it's fucking
Um,
crazy, man.
Wait, whoa, hold up.
yeah, they're trying to get the
Dude,
death penalty
these
for all
these
rape
four
cases.
people got the death penalty not because of the severity of their crime. They got it because the the court needed to quell.
Wait, hold up. Let me gauge something here from what I've heard about India, the laws and everything like that. So number one, they don't need any medical test. They basically believe the woman off the goddamn rip.
Yeah,
Now they're gonna put dudes to death. So that means basically every woman is walking around with literally I'm not gonna say silver bullet because it's not a fucking guillotine.
it is though. It is though.
She's walking
I
around with a
mean,
goddamn guillotine on any man she wishes.
I mean,
Literally,
if
the
you
women
if you if
now
you
gonna have
Google
all the men so fucking frightened that they will
if you
behest even harder.
if you Google Delhi and rape, right, you'll get Delhi is called the rape capital of the world, right? But Delhi has like 53 or 56% false rape cases. Just
53%.
false.
That was I think
Yeah,
2013 and 2014
yeah,
statistics.
yeah. I can't imagine it would have gotten any better because the laws haven't been amended, right? So
No, they have been amended, but in a bad way. They made it even
yeah,
worse.
yeah, in an even worse way. Yeah.
And
So my
yeah, I think the push over the last few months about this whole death penalty for rape for rapists is actually I think the feminists and the women's rights activists over here, they're going to use this particular case just like they used the Nirbhaya case to make even more stringent laws to completely negate any right that the man has.
but this is where it even gets even crazier, right? All these male feminists in India, they are actually decrying this, but they are decrying this because they feel that people are pushing for the death penalty because of toxic masculinity. That is what they're saying. So this is how fucked up things are. I mean, you can't win basically. There's no way you can win.
There's
They
nothing you
have too
can.
much. They have too much power here. No, the honest, like the women's movement has so much power in India. I think it actually eclipses Sweden in that department,
I mean, yeah,
and I'm not
it's
even kidding.
close, pretty close.
I think it has more power, to be honest. I think India actually, the feminists over here, has a
You know,
lot more.
and another thing which pisses me off so much is we don't have many Western allies. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but this is the case, right? Because when these Western, skeptics, these anti-feminists or whatever, when they uh, when they read articles about things happening in their country and it's published by Vice or BuzzFeed, they're automatically, skeptical, right? But when these
Yeah,
same news outlets report on India, they just believe everything. There is no
yeah, because
skepticism involved.
India is supposed to be a third world country where
Yeah.
men are always in power, is the patriarchal fucking nation, and so on and so forth. And uh, I've even like when I spoke to a few other guys, like when I spoke to SFM, No Filter, MA, and MGTOW Music, and all these guys about how the laws are in India and so on and so forth. They began to understand how it is here.
Yeah.
Even my first chat with CS MGTOW, that was I think a year back. Even he was pretty shocked
Name
about.
drop.
Even he was pretty shocked about how the things are in India.
And it's funny because when you actually reach out and from a Western perspective, when we reach out and talk in non-Western countries, and guess what suddenly happens? We get a more holistic view, and we have to stop saying stupid shit like, well, at least in first world countries, or at least in the Western nation, like, shut the fuck up. Shit is
Yeah,
bad.
it's like, people say, India needs feminism. We don't need feminism in Western countries because we're developed and we have good laws. But Indians, they need feminism. They're the ones.
Yeah, because I remember when I was talking, when me and MGTOW were first talking, and he talked about the shit going on in India. See, I looked into a little bit because I was a little mad how they were saying, and also stupid at the time, like they were talking about Arabia. I'm like, yeah, that's India, right? What? So I'm watching this video and shit like that. I'm like, Jesus fucking H Christ. And then you start, like you're saying, like Emma was saying, actually, you get a more view, like, dude, hold up. Wait a minute, something's off here. The way they're saying it ain't right. They're acting like it's a particular place. They're looking at like particular environments and shit like that. Like that's the thing. And I'm like, that after a while, you're like, no, that's not it. It's our instincts, and basically people.
See, even if you look, a lot of people have this thing about even Islamic nations and things like that. I've stayed there for some time and I've seen how things are there. Women are not oppressed there, to be honest. Okay, they're just not. They have a shitload of rights. And it's the same way that people look at India. So because of that, I can understand it better. People look at India like it's such a backward nation. Women have no rights and so on and so forth. Women have more rights in India than I think in any other country in the world.
Think about what I just said. I literally didn't know even specifically where India was. And I was going off of shit people said.
All right,
now,
then.
take that from one individual and then blow that up. And you're like, holy shit. A lot of motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, they don't. Because I've experienced in my life and I find it both the most irritating things. People don't actually want to learn on their own. They want someone else to tell them.
Dude,
I mean, themselves.
The perception of India is so bad that popular, YouTube channels like Rebel Media, like Gavin McInnes, in 3 separate videos, he has implied that sati still exists in India. I'm not kidding. 3 separate videos.
Okay, sati was actually an old practice in which the wife actually died along with the husband. But what they taught us in schools was completely different from what actually happened.
Yeah.
Like the school was basically a propaganda that was fed to us, saying that women were forced to die with their husbands and so on and so forth, or they were killed on the husbands. When we burned the husband's body, we actually pushed the woman onto the body. And yeah, it did happen. I'm not saying it never happened.
Damn.
Right? Okay, it did happen. It did happen to a certain extent, but there was a reason that they actually brought it in. It was because of such things as there were a lot of wives actually killing their husbands using poison. And at that point of time, we couldn't actually identify poison. So it was a fucked up method to use. It was a fucked up thing to do. But it all started with one.
There were many sides to sati. Some of it involved women voluntarily killing themselves with their husbands because they didn't want to be captured with, the conquerors.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That was actually in the Rajputs.
That was in the Rajputs. Yeah, in Eastern India, there was that whole aspect of women poisoning their husbands and their vengeful in-laws pushing them into the funeral pyre. That was one thing. And yes, some of it did happen in a fucked up way. Some of it shouldn't have happened. But fucked up things happen throughout history, and these things have been stopped since the 18th century. I mean the 19th century, right? That shit hasn't happened in over 100 years, right?
But people still believe it happens here. People think it happens every single day.
Yeah, and Gavin used that. Gavin McInnes, in 3 separate videos, he said that sati still happens in India as a basis of, rationalizing that we need feminism. So that's how bad things are.
I think Gavin is pretty much a traditional conservative. I mean,
I just think he's an actor.
Completely fucked up.
I can't believe half of the stuff he says. He's a funny guy. He's a funny actor, but he's an actor at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, I don't actually give a fuck about what Kevin McInnes says. I mean, a lot of people say it. I mean, every single person.
The thing is that you have to because these people control the discussion. These people, influence a lot of people. So it makes sense to, keep track of what they're saying, even though you might disagree with them. That's my point.
Okay, so one of the reasons I actually started this channel was to show people in India and outside India what actually happens here. If possibly I can. I don't have much reach, to be honest. I know that. But whoever listens to this at least can see that even if it's 1, 2, or 10 people, if they can see that what India is not what they are fed, I think it's still worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
And what Gavin McKine says, why I say it doesn't fucking matter, is because him saying something without even looking into it, that's completely ignorant, that's divisive, and entirely false.
I know,
So-
but that's the problem, right? I mean, you're identifying the problem, but the thing is that he's more influential than any MGTOW or any MRA YouTuber out there. So it sort of matters if he says these things,
Yeah, but at
And
the
not
same
just-
time, there are a
not
lot of
just
people. There are a
Gavin,
lot of
but
people.
any person, any influencer.
There are a lot of people who actually do realize how it is in India as well.
Mhm.
I mean, the anti-feminists saw that itself. I've seen them talk.
for sure, for sure.
For example, who is that? Ah, shit. Oh yeah, okay. This is one name that SFM hates. Karen Strawn. She's actually looked into things in India.
Why is
She's
she
actually
hated?
looked.
I mean, I don't know.
She's actually looked into the things in India, and she's actually spoken about it. So has.
How much did she make on that speech?
Oh, that's why. Okay, now I get what you're getting at.
Look, she's clever, right? I like what she says. I mean, she's actually got, and she's got a reason to do it. She's got a fucking son.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying she's got a reason to do it. I'm saying she's not doing it just for the shills.
I think you just made a bro down. Okay, so let's field this. What you said. Let's rather than yell, let's try something else. So
When did I yell? Come on, I don't yell.
are you saying it's okay for her to be the spokesperson for a male movement so that she can collect money
No.
to feed her child?
No, I'm not saying she should be. I'm saying she's allowed to have a voice. She's allowed to speak out, put out her opinions. I'm not saying she has to be the spokesperson.
I'm saying that number one, I hate it when people try to use that bitch
Do you
as
think it's
some type of
ethical what she
example.
does?
Huh?
All right, so she has the right to speak and have a voice. Granted, I love freedom of speech as much as the next man, but
Yeah.
what about the ethics behind that? Do you have any analysis on the ethics that a woman is kind of like the leader of a men's movement and actually profits off of it?
Well, if she profits off it, it's not a good thing. That's not ethical. I can say that.
Here's my thing. My biggest part is one of the reason why I don't believe women should be allowed into the male discussion is because you got to remember this. So when it comes to actually talking about serious change or actually getting shit done and the way they need to be to get things, I don't know, even on track. What is it on track when the first thing, when you look at the absurd existence that it is us humans, but get it in a little bit more of a favorable light for, the nations as they are now, not to just go collapsing in a burning hell and shooting the shit out of each other with huge toxic radioactive bombs. When you look at a lot of the things that we understand about women's mentality, especially when it comes to benefit, they're not going to do that. They're not going to even fucking hint at that. They'll just basically skew it in a fashion to where it's still the same shit, but it just sounds better. And then they'll use bullshit non-logic and take advantage of males' instincts to go ahead and justify it. So yeah, I have a huge issue with it. I see it all the time. They do it on purpose. And then some of the men learn from what these women are saying and they repeat that bullshit. Not even understanding that if they sat back and actually listened to what the fuck they were saying, they'd be like, hey, wait, that's not what I wanted to happen. Hey, did something just freeze? What happened?
Nothing froze. Everything's still alive.
Oh.
Wait, did I freeze?
No,
No, it's
I
fine.
don't know what the hell's going on.
No, it sounds good on my side.
Yeah,
You guys sound
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, yeah, see, that's one of my biggest issues with that. And a lot of guys don't want to see it for what it is because still that whole, you got to put a bitch in there and the wall, women great, oh, protect that bitch, blah, 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 plantation. And it's just disturbing as hell. It's disturbing as hell. Like I've been getting some fire for shit that didn't even make sense to get fired for. Just listen to somebody vent listen to a male actually vent about the things that ails him and talk about some of the way he's expressing it, whether it be an expression of verbal violence or whatever, he's letting that shit out. Now, I said a long time ago that I don't advocate for violence unless it's self-defense.
We are being asked to modulate, and we're being asked to do that, and it's coming from different
I did that a long time ago. MGTOW Indian knows exactly what I'm talking about. I've said shit like this.
I know what you're talking about too. You might be doing an Inception thing right now. I'm not sure, but here's the thing: like we have at this point on the MGTOW side, from the MRA, from the skeptics, and from the anti-feminists, it started as asking us to calm down a bit. Man, there are threats being made that, you know, stupid threats, but threats all the same.
Well, my thing is, they can kiss my ass. I'm just getting warmed up. I already have my stream already titled and waiting to go. For a reason.
But so MGTOW Indian, you're not around all that much and thank goodness for you. But as that much, and you're not privy to certain things. But what is your general opinion on MGTOW when we present ideas and conversations publicly? What do you think? I'm not talking about cursing, but what about when we vent and we say shit like, "Oh shit, man, I wish I could kill that lawyer. I wish I could kill that bitch." Something to that effect. Do you think?
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about that.
Yeah. What do you?
You're talking about that chat, right? You're talking about a chat which who was that? The Zephanorium or whatever took up and spoke about?
Yeah, Zephanorium took a clip out of context from SFM Traversable and Mortify.
Yeah, I saw that one. Listen, I don't have a big fucking. You can say what you want, and I even spoke to SFM about this. Yes, when you look at it from a neutral point of view, it looks fucked up. But here's the thing: they didn't say randomly fucking kill a person. They said if they're fucking you over. But the problem is that most of these people who listen to this, like even through Zephanorium's channel or the Forbidden Thinkers channel or whatever it is, they kind of omit or ignore that part when they say if somebody fucks us over. They kind of ignore that part and they just assume, okay, they just want to kill everybody that's out there. So I'm not against fucking saying whatever you want. I'm never going to ask you to shut the hell up.
There's no MGTOW PR program.
It's not my place. No, it's not my place, first of all. I'll shut you up if you're wrong, right? If you're stating facts, and if you're wrong, I'll shut you up and correct you, like I do with SFM. But if you're saying shit like this, you know what? Say it, but here's the thing. Be ready for repercussions. Don't just say that, okay, I can say whatever I want, but nobody can fucking criticize me. They have the right to criticize you as long as you have the right to say something.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
You're on the internet.
Yeah. That's pretty much my take on it.
My thing is, I really don't.
By the way, you know a lot more than I thought you did, so.
MGTOW India's got it. He's a motherfucker.
I'm always lurking. I'm always lurking.
Nobody about his lurks. He's just silent ninja lurking.
Dude, he was lurking on us. And I swear to God, I called it. Everybody was like, no, that's not what's going on. I'm like, yes, the fuck it is.
Fuck you. I asked Lewis day before yesterday, and he's the one who sent the video to me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on until Lewis actually told me about it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about before, because you know I'm always right.
Hey, I don't fucking lurk like that. I mean, okay, you know, the only reason I actually come, you see me as, okay, receive the message, is because I don't like notifications just staying random on my phone.
Yeah, no,
so
like, check it.
When I see it, I need to fucking check it. And I just check it for the sake of removing that notification.
I told you because you pay attention to how the icons work in the fucking thing, man.
Yeah, I just do it just to take that notification off, and then I get out. And then maybe later on, I come and read what's happening. I don't read it then and there just because I saw it.
I'm one perceptive motherfucker.
I just hate that notification crap on my phone. Anything.
Everybody hates it.
If it's a mail or a phone or whatever it is, if it stands up, I got to take it out.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I'm not always lurking. I'm not always lurking.
Well, no.
It just looks like it. It just seems like it.
You're just going in like, what the fuck did they just say? This is boring. All right, let me get back to what I was doing.
What do you think about
we completely went off what we were talking about. What the hell were we talking about again?
We're talking about MRAs.
Oh, MRAs. My thing is, like I said before, and I've talked about this before, and in fact, that's the reason why I literally started going into like I said, since I started the whole chat thing and everything, I've been growing with my understanding and seeing things and all this other shit. Blah 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 blah. Human growth, understanding perspectives, all that other bullshit. A lot of the things I was saying was in response to a lot of that behavior that I was seeing. It was actually towards a lot of other MGTOW shit, but in reality, I didn't realize that goes out towards just males. Period. Like we use these titles, and see, people love to attack the title and all that shit. They love that shit. It's one of the funnest things in the world because then they can basically do like this blanket statement of they're all like that and blah 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 and bullshit. But in reality, you have to remember when it comes down to the MRAs and MGTOW and shit like that, it does come into a sense where it is about actually helping males and in a sense society in it too. Because see, within those, men understand something. See, they always talk about, you know, the women, you got to uplift the women. That's how you save society. Well, we understand, no, that's actually bullshit. See, in reality, if the men are healthy, the men are working, smart, strong, productive, and have a good upbringing, well, no, that's how you make a strong society. That's how you keep everything rolling. And the approach is, let's be honest, the approach will be different. But my thing is, as long as you stay on track towards the goal of what needs to happen, exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Because when you get sidetracked, you put a bitch in there, you do all this other stupid shit, well, then, see, it's going to get skewed and towards whatever the fuck the person steering it, what they feel they need to benefit from. That's always going to get changed that way. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, people have been using these tactics, I don't know, since humans started humaning is a word. And so that's how it's like, it's always going to be a thing. And my thing is, for the guys, when they go through experience and shit like that, some of them may not be able to articulate in a fashion that someone would like, but they're trying to basically point you towards like, motherfucker, I've been through this shit and I know exactly what's going on. I see exactly what they're doing. Don't allow this shit to happen because it's not good. In fact, everything that we're trying to do will be fucked over. Everything you say you're trying to do will be fucked over. In fact, it's literally we're taking steps forward. We're going to be pushed all the way back to the fucking start line. And a lot of us won't make it through there. We won't even be able to start again. So in a sense, destroying a lot of men who aren't even around anymore, work that they've already started, just for social acceptance, PR programs and shit like that, that's bullshit. Because they're not around to actually see what the fuck is going on. If they were, believe me, I think they'd spit in everybody's fucking face and say, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are y'all doing? This is not what's supposed to happen. This is not how it's supposed to be going. And yeah, I don't know. I just get irritated by it. And sometimes, like, you know, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck am I doing? It seems fucking hopeless. These motherfuckers don't listen. They don't give a fuck. I should just go do some other shit.
We fail to peep game on certain, like, really stark realities of the matter. And here's the thing. The difference between MGTOW is largely this, or this is the pattern that I've seen. It delineates down to statism versus anti-statism. Most MGTOW, and not all by any means, but a lot of MGTOW, anti-statist. MRA, most MRA, by and large, are pro-statist, meaning that they are pleading with the state to change laws. They are pleading with the common within the state. All these things, they're pleading, they're begging, they want change, they want to work with the system. Some of them will say, "So, well, hey, let's join, let's become Congress, and let's do this, and let's do that." It's the old school way of thinking about it. The rebellious anti-statist way of the red pill and the MGTOW coming at. So there's going to be a natural conflict between status and anti-status. This is a pattern I've seen. I'm not making a full-on claim that this is, always the way it is.
You know, what I've seen, and then you can kiss my ass because you took my topic, and now I got to take all my talking points and throw them out the fucking window. This is a fucking bullshit.
Here's the thing, like, when it comes to statism versus anti-statism, that's a conversation that's never ending. And there's a lot of great, that totally relates to what we're talking about. Taking in and I didn't mean to steal shit. You didn't talk. You gotta talk to me more, man. Hey, I'm gonna talk about.
Well, anything, the way I look at it with the anti-statism is one of the thoughts that should come through somebody's mind when they're going down that thought process is, well, won't you end up just becoming the same exact thing you're trying to get away from?
Well, that's if you have the intention to create a new state. And I think, well, the MGTOWs that I seem to appreciate the most are not only anti-stative, but they are passive. They're like, okay, well, as of now, I don't have to get married. I don't have to engage. So that's what I'm going to exercise because that's within my limit.
Yeah, I just think MGTOWs
And
are
that's a
pragmatic
healthy
in their
way of going
approach.
about it. When you get into this, like, okay, we need to topple the system and create something new, you're gonna get that fucking collapse porn shit and motherfucker basic structure that they're involved in building from the ground up. And I find that a little curious. I don't really appreciate that personally. So
No, because in a sense, it's almost like saying they want to be the new power. They want to have that influence to have things go the way they see beneficial to themselves.
exactly.
A lot of them will hide it under the guise of, no, I think this will be beneficial for everybody. But I'm sitting there like, how the fuck do you know how that's going to help everyone else? How the fuck are you going to keep yourself in control and check? I mean, it makes sense to me.
And incidentally, this is a great topic because if we look at India specifically, like they're fucking, I mean, by and large, India as a state, as a culture, as a nation, has been through the ringer because it's so fucking old. It's one of the oldest nations there is. Right? So, and I'm not sure if Indian friends with us that adept into the ancient history of India. That's just, we can see a lot of ebb and flow and cycle, and we can learn from. This is why, and I've only seen it via MGTOW mainly, and I like it from the MGTOW red lens. But it's important that we understand, what the fuck's going on. There's so much to learn from one another, and I think that's starting to get lost because people are starting to form and they will show out. Say, hey, I got something to say. It's more important. Shut the fuck up. Like, Fight Club and the whole aggressiveness does have a place because it's a display of masculinity in certain ways. But at the other time, men invented civility, right? So there's no reason that we can't do both, is what I'm saying.
I do both.
Let's get back to the male discussion rather than breaking it down.
Okay. Motherfucking lying. It ain't
Male
shit.
discussion,
I swear to
bitch.
God.
Male discussion.
Motherfuckers. Can't keep nothing. Everybody taking my shit.
So
People stealing
often
my format.
make people quiet. I don't know why. Why do I have that effect? Do y'all hate me? Is that what it is?
What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, okay, this is some level of fucking narcissism. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody fucking hates you.
It's not. I actually care what I think. Not to like you. I usually let it go quickly, but yeah, I'm more product than I am narcissistic. Just to be fair. So.
Nobody. I don't know. Okay,
No,
maybe
it's the
other people
common
hate
thing.
you.
I'll say some shit,
I don't know if somebody hates
and then
you.
people stop talking.
I don't know if somebody hates you, but I don't.
No, I'm just
People
gaslighting. I
all
use
the
the word
guy-
hate strategically. Don't worry about that.
Fucking narcissist motherfucker.
It's all about me, 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 me.
Exactly.
you.
What I'm trying to tell you about my message, and y'all need to listen right now. I try to tell you. I tried to. No, that's not what.
MA, yeah, you keep breaking
that
up in
did not
between.
come off good the way you just did that one. That was bad. You basically sound like an old black dude, and it was disturbing.
Okay, hold on. Oh, SFM, when is your chat starting? When did you schedule?
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay, so we've shut this down. But before everybody runs off, I don't know if you guys have heard about this guy named Surut Kalra. He's been on YouTube for 7 months or so. This is the guy I was speaking about. He had MGTOW and PUA in the same banner. So I've invited him on for a chat tomorrow at same time, 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. I don't know. Wait, when do I usually come on Saturday? So the same time on Sunday.
It'll be 1 p.m.
10 p.m. Indian time.
It's 11
Right.
a.m. where I am.
Okay, so
Don't listen to him.
2 hours 15 minutes before this. So usually, Saturday is usually when I start today I started 1 hour late. So Saturday is usually when I start my show, the live stream. The same thing, it's going to happen tomorrow. So Sunday, 10 p.m. Indian time. He's going to be on. So we'll just have a small discussion.
It's going to be a one-on-one, right?
I'll see. I think I'll have a one-on-one, and then I'll try and see if I can actually bring you guys on. And I've got to talk to him as well because I haven't spoken to him directly yet. We just messaged on and off on Facebook, and which is the other? Oh yeah, and comments on my channel. So I'll speak with him. I would actually like to get you guys on as well, but I don't want it to seem like we're ganging up on him.
No, we do have rules and etiquette that I've been trying to enforce, but people don't have that same behavior. You don't gang up on one person. I'm not planning to actually go berserk at this person. I want to actually listen to his points because, like, while he actually does come from the PU mentality, I think he actually understands the female nature to a good extent. So I want to speak to this person, get to know what his views are, where he comes from, what he is, and so on and so forth. So come on, tune in tomorrow, and we'll have that conversation. And shit, Lord, you can get Rishabh. I forgot. Okay, what other guy's name is? Is it Rishabh or Rohit? Is it Rohit?
No, it's Rishabh. I'll ask him to get in touch with you. I think.
Ask him to message me. You can message me on this on my Facebook or on the YouTube as well. My mail ID is in my about section. It's just mctowindian@gmail.com. Just mctowindian@gmail.com. So mail me. Ask him to mail me. Get in touch, and then maybe we can do a live stream next week.
Sure.
Saturday.
Honestly, I hope I'm not gonna get fucked over by this because talking to you, shit lord, you're pretty cool, and I'm just sitting there like, is India just full of non-malts? Like, not all MRAs are like that. Is that what's going on right here?
I mean,
dude,
I feel like what we learned today is that MRA functions differently than it does in India than it does elsewhere. So that's an important thing.
We need MRAs here too. So like, I absolutely fucking need them. And they're fighting tooth and nail.
I actually mean, like, I hate to say it, but at this certain point, like, you need a fucking upheaval. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I think different systems, different places. So
stop being MGTOW and go MRA. And find an Indian bitch to put in it. I'm gonna marry an Indian bitch.
So
sounds good.
If I'm actually going to go out and help, man,
All right, I'm gonna jump over so I can share.
Yeah, you go jump on. I'll come there soon. I'll just shut this off and come there.
Actually,
so even if I do go out and help people become an activist and so on, I'm still not going to fucking marry just because I help men out there or do some activism or whatever. That doesn't mean that I'm not a MGTOW anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm not going my own way. What if that's my way? It's my own way, right? I can choose the way I want to go.
By that logic, if I want to marry, that's my way. So.
I think MRA is like
that. I'm just fucking around.
I think that's a possibility for a lot of men. You can do both, right? So you don't have to be like this nihilistic anti-state. Like, one of the governing things about MGTOW is self-governance. Like, hey, I can go my own way, and there's almost an endless amount of ways that you can go.
Yeah, true. Are you guys is everyone else in this stream like a self-professed MGTOW?
Pretty much.
So are you guys against relationships as well, or just marriage?
Depends on who you
that's
ask.
custom. That's custom for every man. Myself, monkish. I'm mostly monk, and that's my focus now. So my MGTOW, like, just doing my own thing, and then also my takes precedence over everything. So the idea of a relationship is it's not something I'll negotiate with. I'm not gonna involve myself as of right now, and I'll probably keep it that way by and large. But other MGTOWs are different. Some, like SFM is left, he's completely against it. And I don't know about MI, but
yeah. So everybody's got a different point of view, right? I'm not getting into a relationship. Neither am I getting married. But I do have friends who are female, basically, because my best friend's wife, and a few other friends that I have from school and college and so on. I don't keep in touch with them constantly, but I do have them as friends. I don't plan to get into a relationship or get married. Definitely not. I don't think that's going to change in the future. But yeah, so to each MGTOW, it's his own. He's got the choice. I mean, the basic thing is don't get married, right? I mean, that's pretty much it.
I think that's the baseline. I think
once you get married, you're locked in a contract, and that contract is what fucks you over. But yeah, Legend, you came in right at the end, man. Legend, you there?
I'm sorry, man. Yeah,
You came in when we're just going to close up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're just planning to go off in SFM's stream. We're just shutting this down.
Yeah, fuck anybody that doesn't like my MGTOW walk.
All right, guys.
All right. Good talking with you guys.
All right.
Hey, let me just add something real quick.
Yeah, tell me.
No,
All right,
no,
so-
legend.
Yes. Within just the past, not even 48 hours, I was just made aware that there's a new precedent set for veterans.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about it. I forgot about it. Damn it, you put it in the chat.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I had to pop out, so I don't know if you guys actually ended up discussing it or not. I think it's called Harrison versus Harrison, and you know, I mean, it's now solidified. There is no way out that Veterans
Out of what?
Association or the government can take out of your benefits as a veteran.
Your pension and so on. Your benefits.
Yeah, they cannot take your child support out of it.
That's good.
That's awesome.
It is now fully enforceable, even though the whole thing was originally fucking illegal as hell.
Yeah.
But now all those loopholes are being closed, and
Yeah.
If anybody wants, you can contact me, or you can look up Custody Wars. It's easily found on Facebook, and you can Google it. It's stupid simple to find. There's Restoring Radio's Family Radio, and look up Steve Ball or Angela May. Angela May has templates that she's making available to anybody and everybody that it can help.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's actually a good precedent. I mean,
Good news for a change, right?
Yeah, man. Anybody that says that nothing's getting done in family law reform and everything,
it's a small step, but
I'll
so
stick
good.
my foot up your ass.
All right, guys.
right,
So I'm
guys.
shutting this down. Everybody's who's here. Thanks for coming on. Shitlord,
Yeah,
MA,
absolutely.
SFM, and Legend. Even though Legend was on here for hardly 2 minutes.
I'm a nobody.
I will see you guys. I will see you guys next week. All right. Cheers. Sorry.
Right.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Forgot. See you guys tomorrow. Same time that I usually go on Saturday Live. Tune in. All right. Cheers.
Right. See you.